preemptive strike.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought too. And I had never read the 6 books out of all his catalog. It was not books that I knew.
The zoo one I knew. The other ones I don't think.
Yeah. And so somebody shared shots of, and I was like, okay, I can see, like, I don't think it needs to be canceled. I think it could be a learning, like, here's what we don't do this anymore, because, like, you know, they were exaggerated. They look like little Black Sambo characters.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, and then the Asian ones were pretty bad too.
They were carrying white men on a thing.
Well, yeah, like I can't think of the name.
I saw a couple of screenshots.
And then another one was American Indian, and I was like, they're pretty gross caricatures. I get it, but I think instead of saying, just say we don't do people like this anymore.
And that's what I don't understand. All this cancel culture stuff. It's evil. Cancel it. No, we need to stop and we need to talk about it, because guess what? You cancel shit, eventually people are going to forget about it because they never talked about it because it got canceled. Yeah. And then what's going to keep it from happening again?
It's not only that. It's not, hey, this thing is offensive and we need to cancel this thing. It's this thing is offensive and you created it, so this needs to get canceled and you never need to work again.
Yeah.
And that's a bad fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, and like it's not just
it's the ad hominem, right? It's, I don't like this thing, so I'm going to attack you personally for it.
They're pulling some of the Disney films too.
Really?
I think some of the Disney films are a little rapey.
All the Disney films are a little rapey.
Yeah.
But they're pulling.
They need to pull some Brooke Shield movies.
That's that. Yeah. So I mean, you got a 14-year-old showing her boobs. I mean,
Ross is like,
but not now, right? I mean,
Amber's like, thanks.
No,
I needed
now.
to know that.
Not now, no.
Like right now.
and I'm done.
The one Song of the South, they're pulling that one. That one was the one with
Oh, but,
Brer
oh my
Rabbit.
God, yeah.
Oh,
but
no, that was bad.
Like,
It was,
really,
it was bad.
Seriously.
I don't
it was the one.
Oh, it was like the way exaggerated Southern plantation kind of.
It was bad.
Is this a Dr. Seuss book or a Disney movie?
Disney movie.
Oh, okay.
I'll try and pull up.
Oh, I was actually talking about like Snow White and shit.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Those-
But
About like Sleeping Beauty.
there are
Yeah,
actual.
yeah.
There are actual. That are being pulled though. Is what I'm trying to remember. I think Song of the South is one. Disney. I'm trying to bring up some like so you can see.
I mean, like, do you remember the Saturday Night Live skit?
Yeah, like
Where they were all Southern?
yeah, like
Colonel Angus?
kind of Angus.
Yeah.
Yes, that shit was funny.
Literally, there's some of
Brady,
those old
let me see.
Disney cartoon movies that are almost that exaggerated and bad. I mean, they're really.
That's the one. It's like Brer Rabbit. He's like a slave. I mean, I can understand more that because the children are so young. It'd be hard. This is aimed at really, really, really young children. I mean, like this one has a real like pigeon, the way he speaks, like real ignorant, like oh laws master, you know that stuff. And so that's one of them. I think somebody said maybe the original Peter Pan the one that had the Indian chief and the little on the Island of the Lost Boys. Tiger Lily was the little Indian girl, and her. I think the original. I'm just going to put Disney titles. Disney titles pulled. Well, it would help if I could
Tiger
type.
Lily Disney character. Yeah, 1953. Peter Pan.
Does it have a picture?
Disney removes controversial classic Disney films. Is this current?
What's wrong with her?
No, it's something about the way it's like it's kind of like that. Like her husband, her dad is the chief, and he's like, be big chief wampum and talk like how and all that bullshit. It's the same sort of thing. I'm trying to get the list of what they are that they're pulling. Okay, Peter Pan, the Aristocrats.
Really?
We are Siamese, if you please.
Okay.
We are Siamese, if you don't please. Now that's going to be stuck in my head. Yeah, the Swiss Family Robinson. I don't remember enough about that.
I can't believe anybody from Switzerland offended anybody.
Peter Pan,
Maybe
Dumbo,
they're too white.
Dumbo, and the Swiss.
Yeah, but they're neutral, and they make chocolate,
which I'm a fan of.
Everybody loves chocolate.
And
I'm thinking I think there might be like some black slaves in that movie.
Swiss Family Robinson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm soon.
I wonder why Dumbo. What?
Making
people with big ears.
He looks. I don't know.
Like that elephant can fly.
But personally, I'm glad they're pulling Dumbo because it always broke my heart. I would legitimately cry like a baby if I saw Dumbo.
Well, as long as they don't pull a never-ending story.
Dumbo always broke my heart. Like when they took his mommy away and he cried.
And if you've never seen it and you want a lesson in why Generation X is so angsty, watch that fucking movie.
No shit.
That's what we watched when we were 8. Well, I guess y'all were a little bit older, but and that's where all of our emotional problems fucking started.
Well, it says they're pulling these movies for racist stereotypes, so. I'm trying to see what Dumbo has.
I'm trying to. Lady and the Tramp?
What?
Now you're pissing me off. You're messing with the good shit now. Okay, all right.
Did they give like?
Here is a list of why they're doing it.
Was there a nanny or something in that one? Lady and the Tramp.
I think she was a white nanny though. The Crows. Dumbo, the Crows and musical number pay homage to racist minstrel shows where white performers did blackface and ridiculed enslaved Africans on southern plantations. I guess now that they talk about that, oh my God, I didn't know that. The leader of that group is called Jim Crow.
Oh,
that's problematic.
That's in bad taste.
Yeah, that is. Peter Pan.
Could they not edit that part out?
Right,
I mean, that seems...
Rather than pull the whole...
Yeah, that seems extreme when you could just take 5 minutes and cut this 30-second clip out.
The film Peter Pan, which was made in 1953, the film portrays Native people in a stereotypical manner that reflects neither diversity of Native people nor their authentic cultural traditions. It shows them speaking in an unintelligible language and repeatedly refers to them as Redskins. Peter and the Lost Boys engage in dancing, wearing headdresses, and other tropes. Okay. The Swiss Family Robinson.
Hold on.
Yeah, why is that?
Hold on. I kind of have a little bit of an issue with that one. The diversity of the native tribes, I think that's a reach.
Redskins is a pretty
the Redskins, yeah, but we also had a football team named that for like 100 years, and nobody bitched about it.
What movie was that?
That was the Aristocats.
Are you sure? Or was it Lady and the Tramp?
Maybe it was Lady and the Tramp.
Because they've got the two Siamese cats.
Okay, maybe it was Lady and the Tramp.
And it says it's a racist caricature of what white people thought of Asian people at the time. Wow. Their names are racist, Cy and Am. Their design is racist, those teeth. The voices are racist, that broken English accent. And the music is racist, that gong.
Okay,
so a gong is not racist. It's a fucking instrument.
The Swiss Family Robinson. This was done in 1960. The pirates who antagonize the Robinson family are portrayed... Oh, fucking give me
what?
are portrayed as a stereotypical foreign menace. Many appear in yellow face or brown face and are costumed in exaggerated and inaccurate manner with top-knot hairstyles, queues, robes, overdone facial makeup and jewelry, reinforcing their barbarism and otherness.
So who does that offend? Barbarians?
Pirates.
You know...
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if you don't want to offend
some things,
someone.
like with the Asian thing. I don't want to sound racist, but... If you're going to portray someone as Chinese, they're going to have, like, slanted eyes.
And they're going to have an accent and probably have broken English.
And, they draw like a lot of times the Siamese, like the little mustache. I mean,
that's how their facial hair grows.
There were people that look like that, so I don't.
On this one, it's okay.
As long as they're not making fun of it, I don't understand.
Apparently, the aristocrats. That's why we got it confused. There's also a Siamese cat in the aristocrats. Okay, and he's Shungon, I don't know, is depicted as a racist caricature of East Asian people's exaggerated stereotypical traits, slanted eyes.
They all have slanted eyes.
And that's a buck teeth. He sings in poorly...
Okay, I don't know that they all have buck teeth.
I don't think they do.
But that's like saying British people have bad teeth. Yeah. A lot of them do.
I know. Is it going to be like one of these days, they showed those British people drinking tea. How dare they?
Probably, yeah.
He sings in a poorly accented English voice... And he's voiced by a white actor and plays the piano with the chopsticks.
Okay, let me tell you what. The next time I see a movie that is based in Rome or Greece or any goddamn where that isn't England, that has a British accent...
You know what? I'm banning I'm going to start a thing where it bans... Where any movie showing white girls and Uggs and drinking Starbucks, that shit needs to go.
Let me tell you what. You seen Clash of the Titans? The one with Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear a Greek accent in any of those? No, you fucking didn't.
Here's something that I didn't know, though. It says, like, if I log into my Disney Plus account, I can still see all these titles.
Okay.
But if I log in Mason... because he's a child, he won't have access to them. So they're not removing them from the catalog. I guess they're
removing it from the children.
Yeah, like, so the kids can't watch it by themselves, I guess. That makes more sense.
All right.
Yeah. Because that way...
I mean, if you've got to take some
action. Yeah. I mean, because that way you can say, all right, well, you want to watch this, fine, but we're going to talk about the things we see, because then you can kind of guide...
And I don't have a problem with that.
I just think people are dumber today because
I do too.
Watching all these things when we were little... If I saw an Asian character or a black character or a Mexican character, I didn't think that's how those people were.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that was a generalization.
We watched cartoons of them shooting each other. I didn't think.
Remember Speedy Gonzales?
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I loved him. Yeah. But they did.
So then, when are they going to cancel Elmer Fudd?
They did pull "Song of the South" completely off.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
is that the one with the?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
That one's completely gone.
That one was probably in bad taste to begin with.
It was, and Splash Mountain at Disney.
Do you have when that was made?
46.
Oh, okay.
Splash Mountain at Disney World and Disneyland was patterned off "Song of the South," and they are completely redoing that. They spent the year of COVID redoing that to reflect the Princess and the Frog.
They were like, dear God, anything else. Just anything else.
Make it go away.
Spray paint everything white or black. No, paint it red. Son of a bitch, paint it blue. Everything has to be blue.
Clear.
Everything is plexiglass. But watching it and then talking with a child that's old enough to understand, because you wouldn't talk about that shit with Mason. He's not going to understand what you're talking about. But if you're going to do that, for the love of fuck, do it intellectually, honestly. Don't be like, see that white person? No matter what he does, it's wrong. Because that's what a lot of this bullshit is about.
You have to say, this is one of these things where this was made in a time that we didn't understand this was hurtful, we didn't understand it was bad, it was in poor taste, and now we've grown and we've learned, and now we do better.
Yeah, there was a lot of other shit that was socially wrong that was going on then too.
And honestly,
and we had a whole civil rights movement about
it. I'm surprised that they haven't pulled Pocahontas. Because there's a huge backlash in the Native community about it. Really? Here's the thing. I'm glad that there's an American Indian, an indigenous Disney princess. I think that's important. Just like I think, like Tiana from Princess and the Frog, there should have already been a black Disney princess. I mean, I'm glad that there is. There's Mulan. I think it's important that little girls see.
Mulan is Hawaiian, right? Or
no, Mulan is
Samoan,
Asian.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of Moana.
All right,
she's the Hawaiian. But the true story around Pocahontas is ugly.
No, it's bad.
It's bad. Like